Hi sisters, it's Jake here, and I'm back with another video. Subscribe, I'm trying to get to 200,000 subscribers before the month of January. Thank you so much. Television. We know it, we love it. It's gotten less popular over the years, but that's okay. And all the time you'd be spending watching television, you're watching me. That makes me feel not stressed at all. Now, okay, here's the thing. Do you remember 9/11? Is there a ghost inside of you? I'm really good at transitions. So there's a TV show called The Ghost Inside My Child, and it was on LMN. The 7-year-old kid says that he was in the 9/11 plane crash. So let's check that out. Now, 9/11, let's talk about it, okay? I agree with Keemstar on this. The only thing I agree with him on. If you remember where you were on 9/11, I'm not interested because you're too old. Looking for those youngins today. Anyways, let's check out this video. Trigger warning for anybody who doesn't like terrorist attacks or has been affected by 9/11. This video takes an interesting turn, and I'm just warning you, okay? Thanks. Oh,
Cade was
oh my God. I'm not Shane Dawson. Get that off.
7 years ago.
Okay.
When my son was born, it was an amazing experience, of course.
The first time I held Cade in my arms was amazing because I wasn't supposed to be able to have children.
Oh.
Cade was different.
How different was he? What the hell's wrong with him? Cade was different, and he also haunted our entire family.
He was like an old man. He wasn't like the bouncy baby. He just always looked at you like, what are you? And
Faye, that's all babies. Again, I'm sorry to say this, but I think that's every baby on the planet. They just stare at you and they don't even say anything. All they do is goo goo gaga, and they barely crawl around. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? That's every baby. You did that once.
who are you?
2.5 months old. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Cade
Look at this scary
was an
piece of
early
shit.
Crawler, early talker, early walker, early everything. At 1.5, 2 years old, he was using very intricate words,
Like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or also anti-disestablishmentarianism.
very intelligent words. He could hold conversations with adults.
What's intelligent to you?
It was around the age of 3 that Cade started talking about that he remembers dying.
Excuse me, this isn't satirical? And you used this as a stinger. He remembers dying. Oh, God, look at this baby. It's a cute little baby. What the hell? It remembers dying? What are you talking about? Are you going to tell us that this baby was in 9/11 or something? What's wrong with you?
I would be in bed and Cade would just start crying in the middle of the night. And
Did he know? Could that be because he's a baby?
he would wake up screaming about working in a tall building. And that he could see the Statue of Liberty from his office. He told me he dreamt that he was falling with the building like the way he died.
Him as a teenager, like applying for McDonald's. Hi, here's my resume. Wait, were you the kid on The Ghost Inside My Child? Are you do you think that you were 9/11? Oh yeah, that's me. It was my mom just thought of the whole thing. I don't really believe that stuff. I just want to get a job. My grandmother thinks that, well, they think that I'm dead. I feel so bad for that kid. Look at her. Jesus.
It's surreal to have a 3-year-old talking about New York and talking about death.
Now listen, we live in New Jersey. How did this thing ever here in New York?
Honestly, I started to think,
Are we going to talk about the hair?
could he have been, could it be, could he have been in the World Trade Center?
Could he have been? Could he have literally been in the World Trade Center? No, he's 3 years old.
But there was a huge part of me that said, wait a minute, that can't be.
There should be a
It
bigger
can't
part of you that says that. It shouldn't just be
We
like,
didn't show him anything. There's no way he could have known about it. It was before school. It was before preschool.
No one in my family knows anyone involved in the World Trade Center.
okay.
And
So it's
was
not
never
like a
mentioned.
reincarnation of a family member. So what the fuck are you on about? You just want a taste of fame? I don't know anyone attached to it, really. I don't know. I actually don't believe that it happened. I think that it was an inside job. But if I'm being real, I think that my 3-year-old was actually inside the towers. I think he was controlling the plane.
I noted it, but I never thought anything of it. I noted it as an autism. I just thought he had a
Autism.
vivid imagination.
A bit of an oddism. ODD. ISM, not AUTISM, because they sound very similar.
A little bit later, he became obsessed with planes.
At first, Cade was totally petrified by the airplanes, like they were monsters. He wasn't scared of them being in the air. It's more like he was scared of where they were going.
Oh my God, shut the He was scared of planes and the way that they flew. He wasn't scared of them in the air. He was more scared of where they were going and if they were going to crash into a building like they did when he was alive. Maybe this kid was being fed shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Baby's like, 2 towers, New York. Oh my God, is little baby Timmy talking about the terrorist attack on 9/11 where 2 planes flew into the building? 2 planes. That baby just talked about the 2 planes. Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything.
It was obsessive. Cade wasn't
Yeah, he looks really scared of planes. He just bought a big one.
just into planes. He was obsessed with planes.
What? Was he scared or not?
Driving through downtown was hard for him. He wouldn't get out of the car and walk around. And he would ask if planes flew over downtown.
Cade
But he
is
just
a
was playing with
7-year-old
them.
now. And to this day, Cade around tall buildings is frantic.
It feels creepy. I just don't like to look up. I would not like to go in a tall building. No.
So we've got a kid who's deathly afraid of heights. Maybe he has vertigo. When he looked straight up, he's like, that feels creepy. No, that's your inner ear fluid being all jacked up. Sir, maybe you take this kid to a therapist. Maybe. Instead of putting him on the ghost inside my child, you could bring him to a professional.
He doesn't want to be around them. He doesn't want to
Does he have a black eye?
close to them.
That big shiny one looked just like the Twin Towers. It brings back a lot of memories, but I'm not.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is your way of like becoming famous? That building reminds me of the Twin Towers. Brings back a lot of memories. You're 7 years old. People are feeding you this shit. What the hell? Lord Farquaad over here is teaching you about one of the biggest terrorist attacks in the world at 7 years old. Holy shit.
Not going in, okay?
Nobody asked you.
I was worried. I was concerned.
We would make excuses.
Is his eye
They'd
okay?
say, well, that's his personality.
Oh my,
It finally did.
what is wrong with his eye? Why can't we talk about that? He's either having an insane allergic reaction or he has been punched. And we're not talking about that. We're talking about his quote, traumatic past as a 7-year-old.
get to the point where I couldn't deny it anymore. He just flat out said that he was in a building that was hit by something. That it exploded and that he had fallen. Everything, kind of the pieces suddenly came together like a puzzle.
This is insane.
Planes, the tall buildings. This person was at the World Trade Center.
You have no connection to it. Your family has no connection to it. You're saying that this kid, this child, was in the World Trade Center, but people actually were. This is like the most fucked up version of FOMO that I've ever seen. Everybody knows someone who was in 9/11, and I want to be part of it. So I'm going to have a baby and then train them so that their first word is Twin Towers. It's one word.
The plane hit the World Trade Center, then it got stuck in the building. When I was falling, I was still alive, and then all the rubber hit me. I didn't feel anything because I died.
So Hannah and I have like baby fever right now. How insane is it to have a child and fuck them up this much, then have it be televised and for it to be quote okay by producers? Like there were people editing this. I worked as an editor for, I don't know, 5 years of my life, and I was desperate for work, but not this desperate. Oh my God.
I'm feeling very sad for him.
I'm sad for him
Because I
too.
don't imagine a man going through this. I imagine my baby going through this.
Mhm.
And so
Say this is all true, right? Say this kid was in 9/11 as a grown man. Her statement was, I feel bad, not because there was a man who went through this, but because my kid is. Your kid's alive, Farquaad. Your kid's alive.
I still, to this day, I can't make the difference in my head. When he describes it, to me, it's my Cade. This is happening to him.
No, it's not.
I don't know how you get past that.
Therapy.
I mean, life has so many things happen.
Medication.
That you have to get past.
Right.
How do you get past remembering that?
I can't get past your haircut. What the
At
hell?
this point, Cade started asking me to change his name. That he didn't like Cade. He was just very insistent that Cade was not his name.
Oh, it's going to be like Ralph. It's going to be Conrad. Past life name is secret. So you're telling me that this 7-year-old has 2 different names, one in public and one that's a complete secret. Further pain to the victim's family. Who's the fucking victim? This random person that you thought of?
I had a name now. So I went online and I posted Cade's story on a web board, hoping that other people would maybe help me find answers. And it was actually another mother who sent me the link. And she said there was a man that worked in the World Trade Center. And he died on 9/11. His life,
As most of them did, stating the complete obvious, just trying to waste time. He was in the World Trade Center. He died on 9/11. Okay, yeah, I fucking get it.
mimics what Cade describes his life.
What you describe his life as.
I was
Those glasses are crazy. Holy shit.
absolutely shocked. Absolutely. I had to tell everyone I found it. I pulled up the obituary, the pictures. But
He looks just like Cade.
Contacting the victim's family.
He's 60 years old.
Continuing to
Looks just like the
follow through
7-year-old.
with anything to do with 9/11 may interrupt their mourning process.
Yeah,
But
no
I'll-
shit. What the hell? If I knew somebody who'd passed away in 9/11 in a horrible tragedy and then some quack messaged me and said, my kid is your dead relative reincarnated, I would file a goddamn restraining order.
What would you say? What would you say to somebody?
Off.
Son didn't die. He is just someone different now.
No, he's not.
What would you say? I mean, I would imagine if somebody called me with that, I would hang up the phone.
Hey, put on some shoes.
I've done the investigation. I've made the connection. Now I know. I know the truth. I know who he was.
No.
I know how he
You
died.
don't. What if he was a horrible person? He's like, yeah, he actually was a bad husband and was an absent father. Now that's my kid.
But as a mother, I'm feeling very helpless. I can't make this memory go away.
This kid just tried to talk to his goddamn spider. You're telling me that he's reincarnated as a full-grown adult. He just went, hello? Hello, tarantula? Are you there? What the He's a kid.
I'm feeling very helpless. I can't make this memory go away.
He's a child. Oh
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix this.
my God. My favorite acronym right now is CP motherfucking S.
My husband and I have been lost for 7 years on how to raise this one.
Like you would a child, not like an adult who passed away in 9/11, but more like a child.
The situation now in the neighborhood is bleak. There are people in the neighborhood who don't want their kids to play with Cade.
I wouldn't.
Cade has a hard time with other kids his age.
No, because that's how you fucking raised him. You raised him thinking that he was somebody who died in a terrorist attack, reincarnated. Yeah, he doesn't get along with kids. Hey, you want to play Legos? No, I want to talk about 9/11. Oh, okay. Of course he doesn't get along with kids.
And it's making his childhood miserable.
I bet.
Every friend he's ever told the story to has called him a liar and laughed at him. Teachers tend to not like him because he was scaring the other children or he was disrupting the class. I'm heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken.
You did it. You got this kid running around with his head cut off like I got chicken saying 9/11.
You just want everybody to like your kid.
If they would open their eyes, if they would just open their mind a little bit and understand.
Understand what? That your kid's dead?
My priority now is to just make life as easy as possible on Cade.
Okay, then
Try to
give
help
up.
him to be comfortable in his Cade body.
Every parent's hope for him.
For him to be comfortable in his Cade body. Whoa. Whoa. You know how Republicans are like, what the hell is a trans person? Like they're completely confused about it. That's what I'm like in this situation. I'm acting like a Republican just hearing about trans people for the first time. What the fuck are you talking about? It's the closest I'll be to right wing ever.
You know, eventually one day people will be able to understand him and who he is. Because I love him. I wouldn't trade him in for anything
contrast.
in the world.
You wouldn't trade him in for anything in the world. What do you mean? Of course you wouldn't trade in your kid. What a stupid sentence that was. My God. Maybe he was struck by lightning. This shirt was just black. He was struck by lightning in September. And now that would be a more interesting story. You're like, this shirt is not printed on. He was actually struck from the sky. And it's never been the same since.
Learn to be Cade, to learn to be a kid again, to learn to laugh. And I think we're going to get there.
No, you won't.
I do.
Not by going on this show. More and more comfortable being 7 years old. What? Playing in a football league. You know what's going to help your kid who is already confused? Brain damage. I bet. So will I. Great. I'm not kidding. Probably my new favorite show I've ever seen in my entire life. And honestly, let's see if I can find an episode that I believe, because this one, not doing it for me. Holy shit. Well, thank you to all my patrons for supporting me. Also check out my clothing brand and Fund for People with Chronic Illness Never Stop. The links to both of those will be in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a great time. If you're anybody reincarnated, let me know. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.